Can't tell you, I hate to do a spoiler alert, but this is probably gonna be the best session to go. I mean, maybe if someone presents, I'm not saying anything bad about anyone else. I mean, you gotta have confidence when you do this kind of work, right? So, otherwise, why are you doing it? But seriously, I'm really sorry we only have 90 minutes to go. So, this is gonna be an amazing 90 minutes. And to help incentivize it, hopefully y'all wanna talk a little bit, I wanna hand out some books. You guys like free stuff? I don't know, especially good stuff that's free. So I got the Essential Handbook for Highly Effective Human Service Managers and my latest book, Highly Effective Human Service Organizations. So I got some copies I want to hand out, but you just got to talk a little bit, if that's okay. So raise your hand, just want to have a discussion, and let's have a great session. So again, we only have 90 minutes. Normally, this kind of training I'm going to do, I do a full day. So I kind of condensed it. So, but there's a couple of key points I really want to go over that are ideal for you. So let's get into it. Now, Dorothy did a great job of introducing me, so I won't go into that, bless you. So there's my books again. Sorry, shameless self-promotion. So, but here's a couple questions I have for you. Because being a highly effective leader in our field, regardless of what position you're in, always entails a few things. So first of all is, when you look at yourself, what do you feel some of your strengths are as a leader? What are some things you feel that you bring to the table as a leader? It could be how pleasant, your positive attitude. It could be the questions that you ask people. It could be the informal mentoring that you give throughout the day, week, year. So all those things. But it's really important to look at ourselves. What is it about us? How do other people in the organization see you? Your colleagues, people that report to you, how do they see you? And a big part too about effective leadership in our field is that what I call the leadership credibility component. People can talk a good game. You've been around those people, right? They'll say all these great things about how their program's doing or different things are going on, but you kind of snicker inside because they're the ones that take all the credit, they don't follow up, they kind of throw people under the bus, right? You know what I'm talking about, some of those people? So they don't have that leadership credibility. And for me, I'll never forget, I saw this firsthand. You know, I was a director at this agency, and the chief operating officer, he was a finance guy, and he had this really good article from the Harvard Business Review. I can't remember what it was about, but because I zoned out, because as an individual, he had no leadership credibility. No one liked him. He was extremely difficult, unnecessarily difficult, and no one liked him at all. And so even though he had good information to provide, because the messenger did not have credibility, no one cared what the message was. So I think that's part of us for what we need to look at is, do I have credibility? And if so, why? And if not, why not? What's going on there? Just part of that self-assessment process. So, and then, you know, flowing into that, what are some opportunities for you? I'm going to challenge you in our 90 minutes together today for you to walk away with a couple of things that maybe you can work on. So that when you're leaving this conference, you're ready to go back and say, you know what, I want to work on this. I want to look at that. I want to explore this. Because conferences are great. I've been to several, but if you don't walk away like energized and coming back with like ready to do something, then it really wasn't a good use of your time. So today I want to challenge you so that when you leave here, you're like, okay, I want to see you writing stuff down because you're like, yeah, I need to look at that. So that's what we're going to look at here. So again, I apologize, because this full day training, I've condensed it. So I'm kind of moving kind of quickly with some of these things, but I really saved the greatest hits, if you will, for this. One of the things I want you to look at, does anyone have any challenges in their organizations with like people not staying? Anyone have any retention issues right now? A couple? Yeah, I know it's everywhere. I always do that, right? But so here's what's in it for you today, right now. is, so we can measure, it's very easy to measure how long someone's been at an organization. When did they start, when did they leave? Very easy, that part's easy. Here's where I want you to pay attention to. This is the commitment. Commitment underlines everything about an employee. Commitment underlines everything you do at work too. The more committed you are, the more you're going to give. The less committed you are, the less you're going to give, and the more quickly you're looking to get out of it. Does that make sense? I mean, think about where you're working out right now. Well, you've been there 1 year, 5 years, 10, 20 years, whatever it is. Can you remember what it felt like when you first started? Do you remember what that feeling was when you first started working?